Shit that makes you want to quit the hobby.
I was reading through this thread the other day when I first came across it, and honestly, it's kind of depressing. Like, there's so many... But, you know, the thing is, like, look at our channel. Look at how many stories we do of just absolute train wrecks of games.
Yeah.
And when you really put it into perspective, there's a lot more bad and negative experiences people have, I think.
But that's all you hear. You only ever hear the bad. You never hear the good.
Yeah, I suppose that's...
There's nothing to write about with good campaigns.
I don't know. Like, we've had some amazing story times.
But the interesting stories always come from the bad ones.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But let's get into this one, will we?
I've been out of the hobby for a while for IRL reasons. I went into my local game store today to catch up with a friend, and he offered to teach me 9th edition 40k, as I've been out since 6th. I've lost a lot of weight over COVID, doing yoga every day, exercising, got a girlfriend.
You became a normie then?
Yeah. So going in, I'm feeling really positive. Get into store, immediately there's that smell of BO. Everyone turns and stares as you enter the store. Glaring, autistic eyes just watch.
Why is that? That's universal. I feel like I've got to the point where I try and go like, all right, mate, you all right? Aye, yeah. Even if I don't know the people, like just because I feel like
once you make eye contact with them, they kind of break it anyway.
Yeah, and let's be honest with you, most people that are in game stores are kind of spurty on it, so it's easy. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a spurt, but I'm really trying. I'm really trying, guys.
Look around, see friend, and go over to chat. It's great to see him. Good to talk again. As we're talking, he's telling me how he's making money doing commissions on Fiverr. Manager interrupts. Spends the whole time lecturing about how it's a waste of time / sunken cost fallacy.
No need to get upset, mate.
/ how you're working to a deadline, etc.
You do that in any job?
Yeah, in most jobs, yeah. Trying to be positive for a friend, I say, that's great. Manager straight away. No, it isn't. He's wasting his time like an idiot. Okay. Friend starts explaining the way 9th is played. Manager interrupts. Tells friend he's teaching it wrong. Starts ordering me to place the miniatures in specific places. I was asked what last edition I played. I answer 6th. Manager lets out an audible sigh. Oh, this really isn't worth my time.
What's wrong with 6th edition? I don't think it was better than 7th.
Decide it really isn't mine either, as walked in positive and now I'm bummed and angry. Say goodbye to friend. Say we must do it another time. Driving home remembering all the similar interactions I've had in game stores my entire time in the hobby. I love tabletop, I still do. But man, so many interactions like this kinda make me want to leave the hobby. Does anyone else have similar feelings? And what is it that's triggered them?
You do come across it, like, okay, so I think there's only one fella that I know of that whenever I would go down to the store, I'd be like, I really hope he's not there. Mm-hmm. But he's there 24/7. He's always there. He shows up early. He's the last person to leave. He was just that guy.
I'm pretty sure he has a wife and kids as well, and he's always fucking there.
Yeah, no, I don't think. No, I don't know. I don't think so. Look, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I'm sure you guys know of or have experienced someone that it's like, oh my god, not him.
You know what I think is the biggest thing is that people who frequent local game stores quite a lot, and I'm not just on about like the average player.
Yeah.
People who are there like 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
Think they think they know more than everyone else.
To be fair, that's more of a nerd thing in general. There's a lot of...
I know more about Star Wars than you, and you can't say nothing about it.
See, this is the amazing thing. There was a really good video I watched about this a while back, and it's like, you know, there's some nerds that are like amazing at programming, and they feel like, oh, because I'm able to do that one unique thing, I'm the dog's dick and everything. And they need to remember that competence is it compounds.
Yeah,
very
they can
quickly.
do that, but I bet you they can't boil an egg.
It's not even just that. Like, if you know human beings that are competent. Yeah. I'm not all that competent. I'm okay with saying that. I'm a bit of a fucking retard.
Yes, but the thing is, you are very intelligent, but
I do stupid shit.
Stupid shit all the fucking time, my guy. Yeah. All the time.
But no, I do feel like there's a mixture of things. I think it's people that are extremely introverted, like myself, that tend to be into role-playing games. The problem is it's a hyper-social activity, and we're not good at it.
Yeah.
We're not good at it, and we're not good at reading social cues either. You know, we're just not good at that sort of stuff across the board, and it's something that I've really been trying for a very long time, and I don't think I'm ever going to fully get there. What do you guys think? What is it that causes so many fucking weirdos? Are you the weirdo? I think I am. I think I'm the weirdo a lot of the time.
I don't know. James, you can walk into your room and you can talk to every fucker there, but not one of them understands a word that you're saying. Just because you talk that much shite.
Right. Well, anyway.
And you make friends with all the people there.
Well, I think I'm easygoing, at least.
Yeah.
I think at least I've got that going for me. But let's get into this thread, will we?
It's less of a local game shop issue and more of the entire fan base for TG games consists mostly of aging millennials and a few Zoomers who managed to find their way here via 5e. Yeah.
You know, I get this a lot. There's a guy in our comments, he's in his 50s, he comments on quite a few stuff and he answers a lot of older questions and he thinks that he's like alone almost. Like, I'm telling you guys, there's actually a lot of, it's mostly 35 plus
who watch us,
I'm like, all the Zoomers are into all them like SJW ones, you know, that's all I'm gonna say.
I would try getting a new hobby. It sounds bad, but once you realise half of this industry is people attempting to have fun and not actually succeeding, you either stick around and ignore the elephant in the room, or you walk away. I'd guess that most people spend a solid $300, some spend thousands, before realising they're not having fun, and it takes too much social effort to get and keep groups together. Getting introverts to socialise in the first place is a difficult task.
Yeah, what did I say?
That's okay. You're probably more of an outdoors kind of guy anyway. Maybe you can find meaning in the solitude of the wilderness.
I think he's brought up a really interesting point. I'm very happy that I've found like a group that I'm really happy with. Although they're all fucking Americans for the most part. Bar the hyper-racist German and the French guy that says that he's not French. The hyper-racist
German.
Like, he's a cool guy, so he is, but like... like, I think he's funny, but he's a bit out there, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, no, there is a lot of... I find there's a lot of people, especially, I've came across this in game stories, where people, you can see that they're gritting their teeth and they're like, oh my fucking god, will you actually get your gut? And they're just not having fun. And I think that's the problem. It's finding the right group and keeping that fucking group.
They're called games for a reason.
Yeah, you're doing this for fun.
Yeah.
And I do honestly think there's a lot of people that do it and don't have fun. Other big one, I think, is a lot of people with 40k as well. 40k's got so many different angles to the hobby. Like, you know, there's people that are just...
But I think, as I said, people put so much money into 40k that they're scared to stop.
Yeah.
Because they've sunk in hundreds and thousands.
I've seen that quite a bit with... It's not just they're willing to stop, they will refuse to play other games.
Yeah, because they've spent so much money
because they don't want to buy another army, or they don't want to...
Understandably, 40k is a rip-off, my guy.
Well, you know, the thing is, I find there's a lot of people that play 40k.
Controversial as well. Just going to put it out there. The models aren't even nice looking.
I like them.
I don't.
Do you think our ones look better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not even. That's not even a segue. I actually don't like the models for 40k.
Do you not?
No.
Well, I don't like the modern ones. A lot of the newer sculpts, I'm not a big fan of, but I do love the stuff.
And I've seen a lot of them. I just don't like them.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a sucker. Maybe it's. I love, like, you know, the like 3rd edition, like the stuff from like 97 to like 2005.
But once again, this is me sitting talking about 40k, which I know nothing about. Well,
you're not a 40k. You do know enough about 40k, but you're not interested in it at all. You're not a 40k player. You tried it, you didn't like it.
Hey, Games Workshop, your models are trash.
Yeah.
And overpriced as fuck.
Well, look, as I was saying, I think it's sunken cost, and a lot of people that, like, you know, there's so many angles you can do. You know, you can just be into the gore. You can buy models, you can paint them, you can do all the converting, you can enjoy that bit, or you can actually play the game. You don't have to play the game, I think, to enjoy 40k.
Yeah.
Whereas with role-playing games, I feel like you have to play the game. There's a lot of no games, and I don't get the idea of a lot of people that don't play games that don't, like, get into it, because I feel like that's the whole point. Whereas with 40k, there's so many different aspects
to it,
that it's a much open-ended hobby. However, you have to listen to what GW says. Whereas with role-playing games, you just gotta listen to what your DM says, and that's why I'm more into it. Because I'm just sick of Games Workshop. Like, it's bad.
My last group made me leave tabletop role-playing games for good, and I only played board games for the last 3 years.
Honestly, board games are really fun.
Yeah, they are.
I've been going through a bit of a board game renaissance, playing like Hero Quest, Nemesis, and you really enjoyed Nemesis. You didn't think you were going to you didn't think you were going to enjoy Nemesis.
It's alright. I didn't fucking understand it.
Yeah, but we got there, and there we escaped from the not aliens.
Not aliens. Yeah. GM can't decide if he's excited, for he's running a scenario he would like to play himself, or because he feels so smart about creating the scenario in the first place. Actual scenario is realism fagged here trite and wallowing in mud and shit for true feelings and authenticity. Officially, we're playing Fate due to number of new fags in the group. In reality, it's a convoluted homebrew that keeps doubling in size of pointless rules and arbitrary realism from week to week. Setting as presented to us is low fantasy, no magic bullshit, but the actual setting when played is gonzo high fantasy, magic everywhere, while our PCs can never use any of it for anything, and have to use your wits against a fireball moving towards our direction at Mach fuck you speed, dealing 10 times the party combined HP in damage. We're supposed to be doing a caper, but the game revolves around loads and loads of heavy duty fighting, for which nobody is really built. And we don't even have weapons for first 2 sessions, and are barred from getting any because it doesn't fit the tone. After initial 3 sessions, the whole scenario, which is still a single fucking scenario, starts to come apart at the seams, and the whole thing just drifts aimlessly from there on. Player 1 is a total new fag to the hobby, consistently spaces out and is clearly not interested, but wants to hang with the rest of the group. Player 2 is another new fag that plays face and insists on role-playing through all encounters, despite being a terrible negotiator IRL.
Don't call me out like that.
And easily being stumped, which he then transists on his PC. Player 3 is GM's girlfriend, in the most stereotype way imaginable.
Why does she play a druid or something? Why do they always play druid?
It's either a druid or a rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Player 4 is doing, well, actually, about once per 3 sentences said by anyone. Never is correct and argues with someone for half an hour at least once per session. After 6th meeting, I told the GM not to expect me on the 7th.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I wouldn't let stuff like that put me off, though.
No, just find a new group.
I feel like, here, this is actually might be a good segue. We do have a Looking for Group server. It is a bit of a dumpster fire. But, like, hey, there's a lot of people on it, and there's a lot of, like, DMs putting up groups, and there's a lot of players looking for groups. So, like, you know, honestly, I would say maybe float about, and, like, you know, maybe do a couple one-shots, maybe. It wouldn't be a bad one. Like, you know, for people maybe looking to get into something.
Yeah.
I feel like I hate the idea of people having like a bad experience with something and being like, fuck this, because it's not all bad. I don't think it is ever all that bad, but I don't blame people at the same time for just being like, you know what, this isn't my thing. See you guys about. See you later.
Psst. Hey, lean in closer. This is fucking ASMR channel now. You know it's pretty fucking based. Titties. Go see titties. Lots of titties.
All the titties.
Go over to the website, check out all the models. You guys know the score. We have some really nice looking models over there. And we have a lot of...
sci-fi gothic?
Yeah.
Let's call them sci-fi gothic.
And if models isn't your shit, we have loads of subclasses and we keep adding them every other week or so. We add a lot.
We got a lot.
We've got big brains. We add shit. But yes, go over to the website, check out everything. If you haven't subscribed, what the fuck you doing? Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, and let's get back to the video. Every week we're going to be doing a giveaway of the new pinup model of the month, or if models isn't your thing, all of our homebrew content. If you want to be in with a chance to win the giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe. That's it. Hit the subscribe button. That's it.
Do it now.
But last week's winner was this guy. Well done! Yay! Round of applause. Everybody stands up and claps. But enough of that. Let's get back to the video. Bros, I have a wife. She's a good wife. She has her problems, but good wife generally. Loyal, agoraphobic.
So is that the one that you can't leave the house?
She's scared of leaving the house.
Yeah.
Her therapist told her it would help her with her phobia if she would play tabletop with us at a friend's house. which we've been trying to get her to do for ages. She got really into it. She made a sexy, dry scientist lady to play and did her absolute best for her first time role-playing. She's a terrible actor, but the character was like a robot/autistic person. So it was lovable and quirky.
Hey, you know what? Maybe play the advantages.
Yeah.
Play the way that you know how to do it.
Yeah.
If you're a bit of a... if you're kind of on the spectrum, why not play a character that's a wee bit on the spectrum?
I was GM. That game fell apart quick due to party conflict. 2 of the players were murder hobos. Great, I thought. Now she'll be turned off this hobby forever. She messaged me later while I'm at work. Oh, Anon, that was so much fun. I want to do it again, but with better players this time. A feeling I haven't felt since long ago wells up in my stomach like a monarch butterflies on a summer afternoon. But she's gotten into the habit of drinking while playing, and she just becomes an entirely different person. Obnoxious, belligerent, drunk when she drinks. I think I have to ban drinking from the table. Otherwise, I'm willing to give up on tabletop altogether. This isn't how it was supposed to be, bros.
Oh, no.
I'm going to confront her about it and tell her that I don't want her drinking. Ooh. Her dad was a homeless alcoholic.
You know what, actually?
There is precedent. Sorry for rambling. Go about your day. I'm not going to reread this and make sure all the
Keep going. Fuck.
I'm not going to reread this and make sure it all makes sense. I have a meeting with the office director in 5 minutes. Jolly good thread, gentlemen.
That's a shame, you know, but honestly, you know, what is that about inherited trauma? Like, you know, if one of your parents is alcoholic, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to be an alcoholic at some point in your life.
Fuck, don't say that.
Oh, you're fun. But yeah, I don't know, some people alcohol doesn't mix with. Don't get me wrong, I'm great on alcohol. I'm never a dickhead. Whenever I drink, I'm actually like really lovable, and everyone loves me, right? And
I fall asleep.
I'm great fun to be around whenever I'm on the drink. Trust me, guys. Trust me.
The fact that people into tabletop like to talk as if it's a respectable hobby, fit for adult entertainment, but their actions say otherwise. They will flake at any given reason because my life and my responsibilities. But in reality, they just see it as a childish activity with no social importance. I used to respect the whole "I'm an adult with adult responsibilities and no free time" excuse when I was in NEET, but now I see at every workplace that people much older and with more responsibilities also have hobbies such as weekly footy with the lads, and they don't flake on their peers because of minor inconveniences.
I think that's more of a...
That's a substantial, circumstantial type of thing, because... You know, people with kids, people with like elderly parents.
It depends on the age of the kids. I think if they're like Ozzy's age, I think it's a bit different. But once they're a bit older, like once they're like 5, 6 plus, and they're actually like
it depends. But it depends. What if they have like kids with ill kids?
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Well,
and also, what if their partner gets called into work and then they have to come home and look after the kids?
Yeah, it's it does get very difficult to juggle.
And also, sometimes after a long hard week at work, you just want to sit the fuck down.
Yeah, I think that's what happens to most people. I find.
Having a game would be really nice, but
honestly, I've
sat down in the sofa now and I can't get back up.
Yeah, it's like
that's what happens to me. I have all intentions of like cleaning the house and stuff at the end of the day once Ozzy goes to bed, and I sit down on that sofa, I am fucked.
Yeah.
James comes in like 2 hours later and I'm still on the sofa going, mate, I can't move.
But yeah, no, I think it's more of an individual thing, or at least like, you know, look, sometimes emergency happen. Yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But there is, like, you know, a lot of people just won't say, oh, by the way, guys, I can't make it because I'm doing this, or I'm just not in the mood, guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And plus, do you really want somebody who's not in the mood at the table?
Yeah.
You're just going to bring everyone down.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest issues. On the other side of it, I don't bother telling people, like, what I do. Like, for instance, we were at a child's birthday party today, and there was one of the parents there asked us what I did, because they said, oh, I hear you work online. And it's like, yeah, I have no idea how the fuck to explain what the fuck I do to people. You know what I mean? Because first of all...
And then I jump in and say, oh, we do like story times on...
Because first of all, they don't even know no idea what the fuck Dungeons and Dragons is, and they're not going to understand it, and they just... There's no... In Northern Ireland, 40k is kind of like, people know what 40k is.
No, they don't. I never heard of 40k before I started.
I think it's pretty every fella knows what 40k is. Or they say, oh yeah, the models, yeah. 40k was massive when we were kids. Like, literally every cunt I've ever came across have 40k models at some point.
Never.
Also, they also definitely had, because we're the perfect age group for it, the Lord of the Rings models. I'm telling you, every single person I've ever known had Lord of the Rings models.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure this was a thing?
Yes, it was a thing, Megan. What's it like for you guys? Was it like, it depends on whereabouts you are.
I knew had Crazy Bones.
Well, Crazy Bones were great too. But yeah, a lot of adults just, I don't know, I find it easier just not telling people what I do a lot of the time because they just wouldn't get it. They just kind of look at you with a blank face, and it's just...
The best thing is, I just work on social media.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult. And fuck, see if they're over the age of like 40, 50.
Oh my god.
I'd say I make videos on the internet.
My mum still goes, oh yes, Jamesy makes little men.
Yeah, my mum says that too.
Yeah,
they make a little army man.
They make a little army man.
Because they can understand the 3D printing aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because it's an actual thing and I'm selling.
Yeah.
But they don't understand this, what we're doing right now. They
don't get it.
They just look at you with it's almost like a child, like when you're talking Aussie, and it's like you can't even see like
there's
wheels
not
turning.
a thought behind the eyes.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I played 40k with this guy who insisted that it was his job to tell me everything that I should be doing with my army during my turn.
Oh, why?
Goddamn... That, you know who this sounds like?
Oh, yeah, that sounds exactly like...
The guy you were saying about?
Yeah, he would come over and be like...
Like, he wasn't even playing your game.
But I'd be like, why are you doing it?
Why are you doing that?
It's like, because I'm doing it.
Fuck off, Rick.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even feel bad. He was an absolute cocksucker, and he's the only person I came across where I'd be dreading seeing.
Yeah.
And I don't think I had that many bad interactions with him. It was just his whole fucking demeanor.
And plus, if you were in the game store, you could hear him.
Yeah, he's
from miles away.
It's one of those
just
funny
one of those loud, obnoxious fuckers.
So it's one of those ones because he's English, I think, as well.
Well, he's got like a toned down English accent.
Well, I'm sure if any guys experience this, like, when you go somewhere and there's only one person with an accent and you just can really, you can hear them talk all the time.
Our accountant's watching this, pissing himself.
What?
Our accountant's watching this.
Look, let's get into this. Let's keep going, alright? We'll talk about him at the end.
Right, so anyway, he tells him what he should be doing with his army every turn, every goddamn time, without fail. Why are you running those guys? You need to have someone armed with this thing? You should send your guys this way. You should shoot at this guy. It was fucking constant with him. I would have played against someone else, but he was the only guy in my area who was really available to play within a 45-minute drive. Country life. What made it even worse was that I knew that he wasn't trying to cheat. He honestly was trying to help me. I had been playing with this guy for years, and he was still treating me like a new player. Probably didn't help that I almost never won a game. Dark Elder player against a guy who only ran Space Marines and Necrons equals predictable results.
No, I'm putting it out here. Dark Elder actually, whenever I played at the time, were actually a relatively good matchup against Space Marine because no one played Dark Elder.
So they didn't know how they were going to play.
Exactly. So people, if you're playing like Necrons or Space Marines, people would know how you're going to play, or they've got an idea. It's like, are they going to look at your list and be like, okay, he's probably going to...
Because people have played Space Marines and
but
Necrons.
No one played Dark Elder, so I had actually a really good time playing against people because they would be like...
You had an advantage because they didn't know what was coming.
Exactly, and I'd have to always explain, oh, by the way, this does this, and that, you know what I mean?
You probably could have got away with so much.
I probably could have, but like, wait, where's the fun on that, you know?
Yeah. It got to the point where, mid-game, I looked at him and told him to stop trying to play my army for me or I would just not play with him at all. But I just want you to get better at the game. Do you want me to get better, or do you want me to have fun? Because guess which one isn't happening right now. After that, he shut up and we finished the game. He actually got better after that. He, mostly, now manages to keep his mouth shut, and when he wants to say something, he'll ask, "Can I suggest something?" 6th edition was also when I stopped playing 40k.
I mean, look, this is one of the best examples of being able to actually sit down and talk to someone and they actually get you.
Yeah, can you stop
man,
being
can
a
you
dick,
please stop with this? It's
like I've been playing probably as long as you have. Just stop.
Yeah, fine. And the problem is, again, this comes from us being more introverted fellas and not very good at communication. It's very difficult to turn around to someone and actually say that, I think, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to, I wouldn't want someone to say that to me. You know what I mean? Even if you don't realise what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people take criticism very on the nose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, a lot of the time, you're not meaning it like that. You're not trying to be like that. It's just difficult, So I think that's a good place for us to end. I'll be honest with you. What do you guys think about this? Because it's something that I've thought about an awful lot. Because maybe it's because we are always looking at stuff that's negative about it. Maybe my view on what the average is very skewed.
I think it's literally because the only stuff out there is negative.
Yeah, there's
very rarely do you come across stuff that's positive.
The big problems I would have is, well, no, honestly, see, all game stores I've been to pretty much have been really good across the board, bar that one fella that we've had issues with. He's the only person that I think we've ever had that's like, oh my god. But everyone else has been really genuinely nice guys.
All the other guys have been
maybe they're a bit weird or a bit spurgy on it, but they're genuinely
but so are you,
yeah, exactly, but they mean well. They've got good hearts. Would that be fair to say? They are genuine and they are meaning, and I think everyone's there just to have a bit of fun and really enjoy yourselves. I think it's just the curse of the tism.
Yes,
sadly.
Well, that's what everything always boils down to, doesn't it?
The Neckbeardia channel summed up in fucking 2 words. It's just a bit of the tism.
It's just a bit of the tism.
It's just touch of the tism. But what do you guys think about the matter, and why do you think there's so many people that play that just aren't having fun, or people that hold out hope and just go on for months playing in campaigns or settings or games that it's like, mate, this is dog shit. Why am I here? Why am I bothering?
Once again, I just think it's a money factor.
Well, you don't. Let's be honest with you. Stuff like D&D and stuff may as well be free to play.
Well, yeah.
May as well be free to play. It's not very difficult to get the rules online. I would never suggest such a thing. But
no, not from us. But yes, let us know what you think down below. And while you're down there, check out the links to the website, the models.
Oh, by the way, we got a new subclass. It might be up by now. I don't know. It might be. But it's the barbarian.
Probably not, because we're away tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, our mate's fighting, and we're going to laugh at him. We'll let you guys know if he...
Yeah, we're going to get drunk. He's doing a cage match.
Yeah, it's the second match ever, and he's way bigger than the fella. He might be on TV. If I can find the link, I'll through the link.
You might see us.
Because apparently it's all going to be on TV.
Yes,
we're cage side.
But...
look out for the fucking fat, retarded neckbeard screaming, go, "Rah! Rah!" Wait and see if you can find it. Apparently it is going to be on TV, though.
Is it?
And we are cage side, yeah. So you might see us, you know.
Maybe. But yes, check the links to the subclasses, the models, all that good shit, and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a video. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye!